I'd like to welcome you all here today and acknowledge Senator Dean Smith, the Honourable Terry Redmond, MLA, Western Australia, Minister for Regional Development, the Honourable Colin Holt, Member for South West, Mayors, Shire Presidents, ladies and gentlemen, chairpersons, honoured guests. It is my very great pleasure to welcome everyone here to the Great Southern and to Albany for SEGRA 2016. I'd also would like to respectfully acknowledge the Menang people, their elders past and present, the traditional custodians on the land on which we are meeting. As I said, and as Kate introduced me, my name is Ross Thornton. I'm Chair of the Great Southern Development Commission. The Commission is a state government agency charged with coordinating and promoting economic and social development in this region. My welcome this morning is extended on behalf of the partnership of 17 organisations that collaborated to bring SEGRA 2016 to Albany and the Great Southern. The GSDC partnered with the City of Albany, I acknowledge Mayor Dennis Wellington, and with Regional Development Australia Great Southern, I acknowledge the Chair, Mr Greg Stocks, to lead the bid for SEGRA 2016 as the host partners. I also acknowledge the valued support of the other 14 bid partners whose identities you'll see on the conference material, government agencies, local governments, industry bodies and educational institutions. All of us wish you a warm welcome. This is the first SEGRA conference to carry a regional branding rather than a single city location, so I'd like to introduce you to the region where we will spend the next 2 or 3 days, perhaps more. We are one of 9 regions in Western Australia. As I hope you've already discovered, the Great Southern is a region of superb natural beauty, productive land and amazing biodiversity. Albany in particular has 2 major distinctions of its own. It was the first European settlement in Western Australia, and it holds a unique connection to Australia's Anzac history. I could introduce you to our region and some key statistics, 60,000 people, 11 local governments and so on. But I have in hand a short video that will do the job for me and also give you an insight into regional development issues in this corner of Australia. The video is about GSD's key strategic planning document, the Great Southern Regional Investment Blueprint, which was launched last year by Minister Redmond. The blueprint was developed from 2013 after the state government directed that all 9 of Western Australia's regional development commissions should produce blueprints to establish a strategic framework for investment in the regions over the decades. The challenge for Western Australia now and over those decades is not simply the growing number of people, but where those people choose to live and how the state and federal governments provide incentives, choices and business motivations to grow the whole of the state. Now let's take a look at the blueprint.
Western Australia's Great Southern. Beautiful, historic, friendly, productive, precious. This is the Great Southern Regional Investment Blueprint, produced by the Great Southern Development Commission in congruence with Regional Development Australia Great Southern. It was developed in consultation with the people of the Great Southern, their local governments, their organisations and businesses, and with government agencies. It's a strategic guide for activities and investments in our Great Southern, setting a path into the future. Come with us and explore the regional blueprint path. First, we ask, who are we? 11 local governments, 60,000 people, Noongar people whose families have been here for thousands of years. We're multicultural, a bit older than the state average, but with plenty of young people. What do we do well and what could we do better? We're great at primary production. There's wonderful tourism product, fantastic food and wine. We are creative and embrace our lively arts and cultural scene. We love our natural environment and work hard to protect it. We're strong in small business. We want to do more in technology and innovation. We're working to strengthen our early childhood education. We want jobs that attract people to live and work in the region in their middle years. We've got a strong university presence, and we want more people in post-secondary education. We have generally good roads, rail, port and land for industry, and we need to extend and improve all of that in order to generate growth. What's happening around us? The world's population is growing. Western Australia's population is growing, and so will the Great Southerns. We expect up to 100,000 people to live here by 2040. More people worldwide means more demand for food from primary production. The need for energy and resources will grow. There'll be more emphasis on sustainable energy. More people will travel and visit the region. We face the challenge of climate change and the reality of an aging population. Changing technologies will bring new issues and opportunities. So how shall we respond? We need to make the most of our strengths and opportunities and rise to meet our challenges. We expect 4 imperatives will drive change and development in our Great Southern over the next few decades. We shall seek economic growth and diversification. We shall maintain and extend essential infrastructure and services. We shall grow knowledge and innovation. We shall maintain and strengthen our communities and sustain the environment in which they thrive. But what will that look like in practice? The Great Southern Regional Investment Blueprint identifies 7 transformational project areas that will guide the region along its path into the future. We should grow more food and process more of it. We want to preserve our productive agricultural land, develop a food processing precinct at Katanning, expand horticulture, aquaculture, and free-range livestock. We shall ensure that the Great Southern has reliable access to energy for industry and communities. We want to build the Bunbury to Albany gas pipeline, maintain and upgrade the electricity grid, make the most of renewable energy. We shall ensure the long-term security of the region's water supply. We want to extend and upgrade water supply networks and improve treatment and recycling of wastewater. We shall ensure that transport networks can safely and efficiently move people and products through the region. We want to build the Albany Ring Road, upgrade arterial roads, make the most of Albany Port and the regional airport, ensure efficient transport between strategic industrial hubs. We shall grow the Great Southern's engagement with the global digital environment. We want to get the most out of broadband and mobile technologies, boost innovation, leadership, and online enterprise. We shall further develop tourism and ensure strong links with the dynamic arts and creative sector. We want to build new and improved infrastructure in our key national parks, develop trails and trail hubs, strengthen the region's festivals, events, and creative endeavours. We shall maintain and enhance the region's communities to ensure the Great Southern is recognised as a preferred region in which to live, work, and invest. We want to strengthen early childhood education, foster community leadership, ensure a supply of affordable housing, live in towns that are attractive and welcoming. The Great Southern Regional Investment Blueprint will guide us to achieving these outcomes. It's a solid strategy to build a Great Southern that is known internationally as a natural choice for opportunity and lifestyle. To find out more, download the Great Southern Blueprint from www.gsdc.wa.gov.au.
That gives you the idea of the blueprint's content and the chief characteristics of this region, and you'll find a copy of our blueprint overview in your conference satchel. It mentioned doing the research and the analysis and identifying internal and external trends and change drivers for a region. It showed responses that mitigate challenges and maximise opportunities for the region. As you saw in the video, 7 transformational project areas are identified in the blueprint as the responses for this region. It is critically important to the GSDC that adequate governance is in place and that we can measure the outcomes. It's also important to us that we have prepared to revisit everything from go to woe so it remains relevant as circumstances change, because they invariably change. The GSDC is now undertaking the first revision of its blueprint. Proceedings at this conference will certainly feed into the process, and we look forward to hearing from esteemed speakers to come. The blueprint was published a year ago, and even while it was in development, it provided strategic guidance for investment priorities. From the early guidance, the GSDC can already celebrate some achievements. For example, the blueprint identified emerging opportunities among them, adding value to primary production, growing tourism, expanding in tertiary education. In the past year or so, our region has seen significant investment in these areas and more through the state government's Royalties for Regions program, and we'll hear more about that. The GSDC's role was to work with regional partners to develop business cases aligned with the blueprint to support the bids for investment. A few quick examples. In primary production, funding for a South Coast aquaculture development zone was announced by Minister Redmond and the Minister for Fisheries in July this year. This project will investigate suitable sites for aquaculture along the southern coastline and reduce approval times and development costs for private investors. It will set conditions conducive to future aquaculture initiatives by commercial operators. In tourism, we've recently had a spectacular new viewing platform opened at the Gap and Natural Bridge. It has drawn thousands of visitors and generated a lot of online promotion. I recommend you visit while you're here, and one of our SEGRA partners, the Department of Parks and Wildlife, has made it easier by offering delegates free entry. We also look to the development of creative industries which can enhance tourism potential. We were pleased to secure funding that ensured that Simon Baker of The Mentalist fame filmed on location in Denmark for his feature film of Tim Winton's novel Breath. We look forward to seeing the film next year, and we expect it will promote the region's attractions to a national and international audience. In higher education, we have a significant project underway in Albany to provide 60 beds in affordable student accommodation in 2 locations around the town. It's a project by the Great Southern Community Housing Association that will enhance the region's ability to attract and retain students in higher education. I've presented a few examples, but there is a lot more going on. Industrial land development at Denmark, accommodation for seniors, more mobile phone coverage, early childhood services in Katanning and others. One of our exciting projects, the Great Southern Centre of Outdoor Recreation Excellence, will feature in a spotlight session this afternoon. So the common thread is a strategic approach to investment in projects that can deliver measurable outcomes. Investments aligned with the blueprint are not limited to projects through the GSDC. Its guidance can extend to all tiers of governments, to private enterprise and not-for-profit organisations. The National Anzac Centre is a great example of this. Projects attracting Commonwealth funding through the National Stronger Regions Fund may also align with the blueprint. In fact, the document is co-badged with Regional Development Australia, Great Southern. So we have set the scene. You're in a city and a region that share a great many of the challenges and opportunities of regions across the nation. This city and this region, Albany and the Great Southern, are committed to taking a strategic approach to development in pursuit of the vision. Our overall vision is that the Great Southern will be recognised internationally as a natural choice for opportunity and lifestyle. I hope you catch that vision while you are here. It reflects the conference theme of naturally stronger regions, realising the potential. I trust you'll enjoy your time in Albany and the Great Southern, exploring that theme through SEGRA 2016. I invite you all to engage fully with the conference to learn and contribute to the conversation about regional development. Once again, welcome and thank you for your attention. Let SEGRA 2016 begin.